Take it away, Tom. This is your guest. This is your week. Start it off.
All right, we're live. We're live.
We're live.
All
Fuck it,
right.
we'll do it live.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to another fantastic episode. Apparently, that's going to be my word of the day. Fantastic. With Delaware Park, pick 4 for tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Thanks everybody for popping in. As usual, my guest and fantastic handicapper.
Whoa. Did you just call me your guest? Did you call me your guest?
My partner.
Thank you.
And a fantastic handicapper, Mr. AJ Ryder, Mr. Truck Stop Burrito. He has about 4 or 5 shows on the DGen channel, including us.
I am legitimately on here 5 days a week anymore.
You would think you would be able to afford a new jersey or something every time I see you're in that.
This is my lucky Colts Cap'n jersey.
Let's get. Did you see what the pick 5 before we get into this? Did you see what the pick 5 paid yesterday at Delaware Park?
I did not.
I don't want to put it up because last time I did something like this, you thought I hit it. It hit for $20,000.
It's true.
I didn't want you to think I was. Yeah. It started off like a 23-1 shot, and then it. I think the last 2 races were pretty chalky, and then we are going to be joined by somebody who knows a little bit more than us.
What's up, Razor?
And here he is, Mr. Troy Johnson, horse owner and a hell of a capper. What's up, Razor? Is joining us to break down Delaware Park tomorrow.
What up?
And there he is.
How are you guys?
Good. And you won the belt that from the DGens for Saratoga, right?
Got lucky. Yes, we did.
Nice. And our friend Guillermo won for Delmar. So did you get that yet, or did
I'm supposed to come today? I was told.
Nice. Okay. Well, you're in California, so you still might you might get it. Cool. Well, for those who don't know, Troy is like I said earlier, he is a horse owner. He has how many horses do you have now, Troy?
Too many.
Too many, and he's a good capper. And I thought it would be fun to have him on.
No, appreciate it, you guys.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. I swear, for a while there, Dennis was texting, or not Dennis. I just seen Dennis because he said good morning and it was confusing. Tom was texting me every day, just saying Troy had another horse win at Delaware. Troy had another horse win at Delaware. Dude, you went on a run there for a while, huh?
Yeah, we did. Jamie's really, really good. He places them in the right spots. He's very aggressive. But again, you want to place them where you're going to win, or at least draw checks, be aggressive, have a shot. I truly believe the man is the best in the country at the claim game.
We're talking Jamie Ness. I know a couple people out there in YouTube land, including Dennis Trusty. They mock me because of my love for Jamie Ness, but I'm with you. I'm with you, my man.
At least in the United States, the guy numbers and stats speak for themselves. So I'd say anytime I'm bullshitting, go look up yourself.
Yeah. What do we got in that glass there, Troy?
Iced tea. Ginseng.
Oh, sure it is. Sure it is.
All right. Nice. Well, it looks like Guillermo got his belt yesterday, so you guys are both in California, so I don't know. Maybe who knows? Maybe it's lost in the mail.
Date.
Well, let's get to it. We have a pick 4 going on, starting in race 5, and how we usually do it, Troy, is just we break it down why we like a horse. AJ usually talks about every single horse in the race.
I will do that again.
Hopefully we won't go down that avenue.
Blackout. What happened?
No, I'm just writing this down. I'm right here. I'm just writing this down.
Okay.
Well, the funny thing is Troy hasn't capped it yet, but he's still going to hit it, and we're not. That's why I'm bringing him on.
I am 100% confused every single time you say the name Troy because that was my name. And You texted me or you put in the DM on Twitter like, "Hey Troy, what's your email?" And I'm like, dude, you know my email. Like we've been on this thing for weeks, and I was like, oh god.
Well, then we get Randy Johnson involved. I mean, it's going to be really, a bunch of idiots we are. But we're going to do this, and if time permits, we got to, we're the D-Gens here. We have to play a goofy game at the end. So
real quick too. Before we start, I want to bring up the survivor pool because the Fat Wally comment's still up there about G flashing his bell. I want to flash the fact Lexitonian 20-1 took him in the survivor pool. Bella Sophia 8-1 took her in their survivor pool. And then I don't remember who I lost on, but I went big or I went home. That's what I did.
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
That survivor pool has been very fun for the last 2 years that we've done it with Triple Bones and now DGen Nation. For any of you guys out there, which I think a couple of you, look in the comments, have not been a part of, when we do that again, get on board, man. It's a lot of fun.
Well, the reigning champ is right here. He's actually giving Troy some advice to turn your phone sideways. That way you'll get a better angle. There you go. Nice work, Razor.
Wow. Shout out, Razor.
Look at those pictures.
Shout out, Razor. Go, Pet, go.
There we go.
Oh, well, without further ado, we race 5. You want to start us out, Mr. AJ?
Oh, am I going to do it? Oh, I thought we'd let them. Well, we got to let Troy decide if he wants to go first or where he wants to be in the lineup.
Well, my ticket's only $60. I did it for $1, and I'm playing my ticket's only $60. So,
wow. All right.
The first leg 5, I have my most selections.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll do 5, then we'll go around the horn, and then so on and so forth.
Sounds good.
So yeah, why don't you be our leadoff hitter?
Okay, perfect. So in the first leg, I've got. I think it's kind of a wide open field with all the numbers. I'm a thoroughs guy. I don't like buyers, so I'm not a buyer believer. I've got 1, the 2, 5, 6, and 7. Those are my 5 horses in the first leg. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I think it's wide open. I believe the 1 is kind of sneaky in here. Coming off Pinot, I know this horse. I was going to claim this horse back at Parks. We stayed off of it. But I think he could run big tomorrow. 2 has the best numbers in the field.
Yep.
But I don't like horses coming from Monmouth running at Delaware first time. Don't like it. The 5, I think he actually has the best number in the bunch, but he's moving up in class. He ran big. He ran big at Delaware. Don't know too much about horses coming from TDN, but he has the best number out of the whole field. He ran a 9 last time. 6 has been running 10s and 7s and a 13. So, I mean, not bad coming from Parks. 16-ton winner 2. He lost by a length and 3/4 out of his starter optional. Fast times, horses that like Parks usually do good at Delaware, and he's won at Delaware. Slow time, track could have been deep, but he won for fun that day. And then the last horse, Dropper, from 25 back down to 16. Don't know. Put him in there. She rides good. So those are the 5 that I like.
And then can I'm going to write those down so we can put it up later. Can you tell me those again, Troy?
Yep. 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay, the 7. Okay, that is very thorough, and this is why we have
very thorough because he does thoroughgraphs.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a good one.
Wow, you're good, AJ. Damn, you ate your spinach today. Good for you. You want me to go? Or you want to go, AJ?
I'll bet. Well, clean up, I guess, and technically in this terms.
Okay.
We only got 3, which is not technically.
That's fine.
Better, but
no, and I didn't go as deep as Troy. I just went 3, but he did get 3 of mine I really like that 6 as well. And I think going back to Carol with her in the irons, actually, AJ's girlfriend, I think Carol was in the irons back in July when he won, and got some good, like Troy said, some good dirt speed. Broke its maiden here at Delaware, knows the track. The 5, Penn Legacy. I do like the combination, the jockey trainer combination with Raul and Gorham. Gorham is a pretty decent little claimer as well as Ness, and of course I can't take out the 2. And what a clever name for a horse! Run Fast, gotta like that. But that's got Mikey Sanchez in the irons. It's a good horse, but again, the whole Monmouth thing, and that's something that we discuss here often. Troy, is Monmouth going to Delaware. When we did it at Parks, Monmouth going to Parks. It's just one of those wacky angles that there's not enough data yet. I think we talk about it almost every week. There was a horse that run 2 weeks ago coming from Monmouth, and I'm like, damn it, it was at a good price, but he's not going with a whip, and now he's going with the whip. So, but I do have the 265 here, just 3.
Which is like okay, never mind. Razor had a question, and I'm interested too. Troy, do you got anything on tonight's actual sports or no? I'm sorry, and I did not mean to say
Okay,
actual sport. This is a sport.
Yeah, so my last 5 sport picks, I'm 1-4. Bet against me. I'm the moosh.
Ooh, okay.
I'm the moosh. I gave Razor 2 of them. We actually did good. We gave a couple each other winners back and forth, and then I mooshed him with 2 losers. So that's bad. I had a bad week. Or bad weekend, I should say. But it happens.
It does. Yeah. That's why there's another day. What's up, Matt Halter's here.
Shut up, Matt. I'm going to hammer the Seattle Kraken in their first ever game in the history of the NHL, just because why the hell not? Just because I want them to win. But so obviously he's not going to give out any picks because he wants everyone to fade us. Oh, that's why he's asking the me. All right, so going into this one, Tom, I'm kind of pissed because we went. I kind of want to pick somebody else now because we have the same picks, and I'm very upset about this.
Don't be upset. Don't be a hater.
Very upset. I love the 5 though at 10-1.
Yes.
When he comes in for the first time, second off the layoff, second time with a new trainer, and then runs the best number and wins at 8K. If you can win at 8K, I think you can win at 16K. I don't think the race is a whole lot more stacked than the one it's seen. Maybe a little bit, but I like Weight of Glory, especially too looking at the numbers because I'm on time form as well. And just because, well, you're talking about Thoroughgraph, I'm like, well, just let everybody know the numbers I'm talking about are time form. The last 2 times out, at starter allowance levels at 6 looked really good if we're going to cut it down a little bit, and then running high 90 or mid 90s in both of those, which is by far and away the best numbers in the field from what I'm looking at. And then I don't care what Thoroughgraph number says. When Carol Cedeno takes the mount, all numbers go out.
Yeah.
Let's go, Carol. My only real concern is that 1, because that 1 is like sneakily, like you said, sneakily fast and might just press the pace up there in the front with that 6, which concerns me a little bit, which is why I like the 5 so much to maybe 10-1 clean up. So I went 2-5-6. Me and Tom will both lose. So go ahead and take the 1. And would you have the 7 too?
Yeah, I had the 1 and the 7 as well.
Yeah, so take the 1 and 7, everyone.
The next.
Oh, wow. All right. Hey, Cindy. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. We got the whole gang here. All right. Are you 3 going to talk about the horses you're not going to play, AJ?
Oh, do you want me to? Because I will.
Race 6.
Oh, race 6. You want me to start?
Yeah. Why don't you start?
All right. Race 6. I went 3 deep here as well. 2-1. Ness and Rodriguez. I see that on this track, and I typically go for it. Dropping down from starter allowance level races the last 2 times out. Big numbers. Again, Ness Rodriguez. Like you say that, and I'm like, all right, well, that's worth a shot. I went with the 1 Thea's Dream as well. Her numbers are up there to drop in class. The works look really good. We're at a 25K claiming race after going from allowance, starter allowance. Just missed last time. Like the 1 should be. It looks like the early speed as well. And then I threw in a little bit longer shot too with the 4 Frosted Angel, who won her last start here in a 25 claimer at 5.5. Could have easily gotten 6, I think, in that race as well. And has been very much improved as of late. This horse looks like it's coming along well. I like the drop back down after coming back from Penn. 8-1, Angel Suarez. I'll give that one a shot in there too.
Cool.
Shout out Greg in the chat.
All right. Nice work, AJ. Okay. Man, we're on the same wavelengths.
Son of a bitch.
Not the exact same. Not the exact same. No. No. I do like that mistap Dan, the number 2 as well. It's due. It hasn't been in the circle since almost about a year and a half, but it's creeping. It's getting good numbers the last couple times out. Had a huge power number last race. I think it's going in the right direction. I also like the 1. That there was a race 2 races ago. I'm throwing that out. That was kind of a cruddy race for this horse, but I do like the 1. Of course, you have. Excuse me. You have Raul, Raul has been on fire recently. He's one of those workman-like jocks that just gets in the circle. You always find him on like a 7-1 or a 10-1 or something like that. But I do like this 1. And the other horse I had is the 6. Is having a very good year. Out of 9 starts, 2 wins, 1 show, placed 2 times. It's hitting its. I think this 6 horse is hitting the stride, and I'm going to put her on my ticket. So I just have 1, 2, and 6.
Carol. Uh-oh.
Right.
Hold on. Troy, before you go.
Oh boy. I thought we were going to have I thought we might have another special guest come on.
For the very first time.
Wow.
On Off the Rail.
Wow.
A member of the Triple Clowns, a member of DJ Nation, ladies and gentlemen, Randy Johnson.
Finally, Randy has come back. Or first time. 2 Off the Rails. What's up, buddy? What's
First
up,
timer.
How are you?
Listen,
Johnson and Johnson.
I couldn't leave a Johnson hanging. Johnson's, that sounded weird. I'm going to stick with the Johnsons. Johnson and Johnson. Troy, what's up, buddy? I heard you were on. I wanted to come on.
Good. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Good.
What's up? I'm jumping in here just to jump in. How's everything going? And I didn't really look at the race. I'm gonna look at it while you're talking about them. So
Perfect.
Yeah, you'll probably do better than AJ. So
Well,
that's
if he does better than me, he's doing better than you, asshole.
Love it. Cool. Well then, what are you looking at in this next race, Troy?
Okay, so I got basically the same. I only went 2 deep here. Just went 1 and 2. That's it. I got Ness, of course. I'll back him. He's getting class relief, going back into 25. And then the 1, just like AJ said, is probably the speed, getting a little class relief as well. 2 best numbers on the Thoroughgraph here. Did not put on the ticket, wanted to a little bit, but I wanted to add the 7. But I left it alone because I just didn't like the way he ran last time, troubled trip, and he just I don't know. I just left him off. I left him off. Liked him, but numbers weren't good enough, so I just went 1-2. And that's it here.
All right. No, I had similar thoughts on that 7. I'm not sure why morning line is 3-1 for this horse, but
He's coming from Oaklawn, so a lot of better horses there. Not to sound like that. He's ran at Delaware.
Understood. But yeah, he's been up here for the entire meet.
Nothing at all. His time here that day was even slow. 1:13. I don't know how the track was, but it was.
And they took off Angel to put on Kevin Gomez, who I don't know that much about.
Nope.
Cool. All right. Yeah. You have anything, Randy? Or are you looking at the big race?
I'm big on the 1 here, but just by quick glance, I'm big at this horse stealing it at that price. I mean, you know me, I'm big on getting the lead and winning. You guys know more about Delaware Park than me. I don't even know what state Delaware Park is in.
The state of confusion.
Massachusetts, I think.
Is it Massachusetts? That makes sense. No, I could see the 1 stealing it here from what I'm looking at. Troy, that's a good angle. I do like the fact that you basically said why they made that morning line, and that's interesting because you're absolutely right. Looking at that 7 horse at 3-1, that's all where you're from.
It's all,
I think. And going
back from the spring.
Going back to look this AJ's horse. I even think that he liked the the 2 times. His best numbers came at Delaware, and he got an 8 and a 12. 25 2s and 12 2s. And I mean, those were his 2 best numbers. Decent time when he ran there in August too. So, I mean, 8-1, AJ, you might have got the sleeper in there, man.
So wait, so Troy, you're looking at the sheets, right?
Thoroughgraph. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
Yep. His last 3.
Very impressive.
Last 2 he ran at 10. He ran a 13 and an 18. And that's not good. And then you go to the last 2 after that, he runs an 8 and a 12. Both those were run at Delaware.
All right.
And so with those numbers here, that even competes with the 1 and the 2. With those numbers.
Yeah. And then listen, the sheets are good. And you guys I don't know. I'm not jumping.
You have to. Yeah, Troy. We gotta teach me how to read those things. I know you sent them to me. It's like we're learning Japanese or something. That's.
It's AJ. Are you a sheet player or throw player?
Nope. I've seen what they look like, and
but for everybody out there, when he says a number, it's lower number better, correct?
Yeah, the lower the number, the better the horse. The lower the number, the better the horse. And so, and then you want to look also. It'll tell you here, kind of like they do on buyers. But this is a class of like a day in its own. I mean, there's a lot to it, but you want to see how they finish. You'll see the numbers on the side over here. There's patterns, the way they close. I mean, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, it goes really deep. But so when you hear him say numbers like that, everybody out there, the lower the number, the better.
Yeah,
it's opposite of
this horse is a 6, and the other horses are 10s. Like, why are you betting the 6?
Yeah, it's the opposite of what we're used to playing or looking at.
Yeah, like everybody out there is like, listen, Tom's a 6 and Randy's a 10. That usually means
I'll take a 6.
Right, but
I'll take a 6.
Yeah, no, go on. Sorry, but I did want to tell people that because it is a confusing thing.
No, that's good. We got a lot of knowledgeable folks in here. They know what it is. They're smarter than me and AJ.
I was gonna say you guys didn't.
Well,
I just don't know how to read it. I mean, I know what it means. I just don't know how to read it.
And I just don't know how to read, so it's fine.
True.
Yes.
That is a good point. All right. With that said, we got the race of the day, the White Clay Creek Stakes. Try saying that 3 or 4 times in a row. And this is the big race of the day. It's a $50,000 non-graded stakes race that is going on for a mile. And our friend and our colleague tonight, Troy, actually has a horse in this race, cashing big checks.
Jamie and I, partner.
Right, and that now when I'm looking at the program, and I see right now I see Troy Johnson and Jagger. Jagger is Jamie, right?
That is correct. Jamie.
Okay.
That's his.
Okay.
What he runs.
But he's got to wear looks like he's wearing the cowboy sleeves, the cowboy.
That's perfect.
Not yours.
I don't care. Let's just win. I don't care. We can run. We could run naked, and I don't want to see it, but I don't care what we got on. Let's just win. That's it.
Now, this horse, I was actually in the winner's circle when it won back in August at the
Yep.
Blue Hen Stakes,
Yep.
holding that trophy. I hope they mailed it to you. I was going to try to hijack that.
Yeah.
I hope they mailed it to you. It's a good horse. He came off. He was in that last stakes race a couple weeks ago, and I don't think I wasn't there, but I watched it on TVG. It didn't look like Jamie had the best ride, but
And that
we'll
horse
see.
was that in there. She can't go, and I'm honest with everyone. She can't go 103. She's a router. You look at her pedigree, you're going to see a different horse tomorrow. Guaranteed. 103, way too fast for her last time. And then we kind of just didn't want to use her. We weren't catching Brittany Russell's horse. So
no, yeah, Brittany
she's
is
long gone.
yeah.
Long gone.
That's
Long
another
gone.
conversation for another day. But we do have with Brittany Russell, Mr. Big. We have a Mr. Big fan, Greg McSorley, so likes the pedigree of checks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually I'll lead off today with this race. I do have to play the 7 in my ticket for all the obvious reasons, and I think the biggest competition is going to be the 3 with Joy Runner.
Yep.
I mean, Laura Wohlers she runs a Keelan. She has her most famous horse was, I think, a Run Happy, and she's running in this $50,000 stakes race on a Wednesday at Delaware Park. This horse won a couple big races down at Indiana. Coming here, it's going to be on my ticket both horizontally, vertically, upside down, backwards. I do like this 3. My other horse that I like is Mining Chrome, the 6. I like that workout that he just had on Friday, and I do like in a race like this, Mining Chrome has got nice little late pace. He's got that late kick that I really like. So I just went 3 deep. Might be a mistake, but I'm trying to. Took a hit this past weekend, so I'm just going 3, 6, and 7.
Tom, me and you are fairly close so far.
Scary.
Concerns me quite a bit. Neither of us will hit this pick 4. That I know now for sure. And when I did this,
Troy, I'm looking for a new partner.
Yeah.
All he does is make fun of my picks. Go ahead.
I'm picking them too. I looked at this race and I said to myself, I'm not going to look to see who is Troy's horse. I made very sure that I did not look at the ownership group because typically I do pick Troy's horses when I do play Delaware. I unfortunately this time did not.
No, I get it. We're in deep waters. I'll tell you that tomorrow. We in deep waters.
Yep, that's exactly what you told me the other day. Yeah.
Yep.
I went with the Joy Runner, who just ran that big effort at Indiana Grand, coming in here now. Looks like Dennis has a question about that, and we will bring that up maybe when we're done talking about the race. I went with Mining Chrome. I love Mining Chrome. One of 2 horses in here who's actually ran this length, this I don't want to call it a mile route because I mean I guess technically we call it that, but
yeah,
has actually ran this distance before. The 6 or the 5 was the only other one who has done that so far and ran a really big effort in that maiden attempt coming into this one. I mean, we're talking about 2-year-olds, so the fact that they haven't actually been against like 6 stakes competition or allowance level competition doesn't concern me as much as like a 3 or 4-year-old obviously would have. And then I went with Delacroix on the 8 Style, who has also ran really nice 2 times in a row at a mile and 70, who time form tells me, I don't know how in-depth this is going to be, but the Turf to Durf angle, he does really well. Won after a maiden win or after a maiden victory. His rating is also very well. One last start, also very well. Looks very good. 5-2 is not the price I really want with this, but I get Centeno. I'm good. So I went 3, 6, 8.
You don't mind the going from turf to dirt with this horse? He was my last cut, and that was the reasoning why.
Well, when I look at what Timeform rates them, they rate them out of 100. I think he was a 90 or 85 or something like
Okay.
that. So obviously he does this very well. So that calmed my fears a little bit, I guess.
Okay. No. Cool. Good.
And then before we move on, let's go to the Dennis question.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't want to interrupt you. So Dennis, basically what that means, before they come out onto the track and all of that, they have to walk by the vets, all that through the state. The state noticed obviously something, walk, ankle, leg, something the vet scene didn't like it, or at the gate, same thing. It can be a gate scratch by a state vet. State vets are at the gate. They see something they don't like, they're going to scratch your horse. Plain and simple. Horses come first, safety of the horse, safety of the jockey, safety of everyone. So disadvantage or advantage, I'd have to see the horse. Horse has been off, let me see, 51 days. Horse is unbeaten. Indiana is, not to sound like this, gun runners are running off the charts right now. No.
Gun runners?
Yeah, gun runners.
Right now?
Yeah, they're running good. You don't think so? No?
They weren't before. I haven't checked them recently, but when they first came out, they were bombing.
They were bombing. Okay, so now I've seen actually two of them. I'll send you the email or to the link to two of them that are doing good this week.
Oh, okay. You know what? I actually could be confused with Arrogate, by the way.
Yeah, it's Arrogate. Arrogate.
I think you might be. Yeah.
I might be confusing those. I confuse those.
These gun runners are. Yeah, gun runners are, not to sound like that too, are selling like for, 240, 400,000 at these sales. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. It's ridiculous. Stud fees are not, they're not even close to that, but they're deep pockets.
Yeah.
But this gun runner right here, for instance, ran a 7 on the number, which is basically the next thing closest to it's the California Chrome horse, which is the 11, which is an 11, a 6. Mm-hmm. So depending on whatever, Dennis, this horse, for instance, 351 days off, enough time could be, but the horse is going also, it's going a route the first time. And a lot of these horses are going route. There's only one horse, I believe, in here that's gone a route, and that is the 6.
Yeah, I think, that was Chrome. Yep.
And the 8.
Oh, well, all right, guys, I want to jump in real quick.
Yep.
I want to give Troy, I got to give your horse some love here. And I feel like you're holding back on this sense because this horse has something that none of these other horses have, and also that AJ and Tom don't have, and that's class.
I agree.
And you're all class in this race. All class.
And pedigree.
Yeah.
And
the pedigree.
And Mr. Big.
You say you were in deep waters. I get it, but who of these horses beat the 3, 4, 5 when you're looking at these big wins? You can't throw your horse out here. And I'm not even just saying that, Troy, to you.
Nope.
I'm not saying you're throwing the horse out, but I want to say you're going to go off the favorite almost.
Very possible. And then you're in California, which I know, and the Mr. Bigs out there, they're hitting at a very high rate. They were. They're like at 70. They were at 78. I think now they're at like 72 or 68% with these sires. She broke her maiden in a stakes race, but not to sound like that. It's smaller field, but still, she needs 2 turns. I've heard it from day one from the trainer. She's screaming for 2 turns.
Yeah, and you have a little bit of a Z pattern in the last race.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
And if everybody doesn't know the Z pattern, it's go early, go back, and then run. So sorry, that a horse that wants to run. It's a cool pattern, and she's got a little bit of that Z pattern in the last race. This is a horse, Troy, no lie, not talking to you. This is a horse I would circle because I think it's got a lot of things going on in this race. But I do like that. Which Mr. Big is not Mr. Big News.
You mean this horse?
That's the one.
Big
yeah, the horse is pretty. The guy gathering the trophy's not. But no, but when you look at it, Mr. Big is not Mr. Big News's by the way, father, which I thought he was.
Nope.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yep. And the Indian Charlie mare.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of success. These Indian Charlie's mares, they run all day.
Love on the Indian Charlie horses. I used to think they were just going to be speedsters, but they can do everything.
Yeah, they do everything.
Yep.
I want to touch on the class thing there too, and I know it's the stakes. Obviously, talking about having what do I got? 2 maidens in here, or 2 maiden winners coming into this one.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Randy, you're looking at time form too. And this is what scared me off. Again, I did not look at Troy's horse, and I seen obviously the stakes win coming back to the next one. If you look at what time form rates those races, the maiden special weights that they won were actually rated higher.
Yeah,
So when I look at
that.
that, when I look at
Okay.
that, I think to myself, I'm like, oh, well, now that concerns me. If it was bigger than that, of course, 100%. I'm like that I'm all over that. But that's exactly why I didn't figure out who's Troy.
Yeah,
who's
no,
Troy
but
horses was before this.
these ratings, with all the ratings, I feel like they get a little bit of a bump. It's like a muddy track always gets a bump on the buyers, right?
Yep.
I figure like when you go against, it's a different race. It's like when you get in that dogfight a little bit more, it's a different race, and it's going to be a dogfight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So time form typically will rate a stakes race 100 times higher than they do a maiden special weight.
Okay,
I
I
think
understand
there's
that.
a lot of speed in her for her to set up a perfect trip as well, possibly. A lot of speed
Yeah.
in this race, and it might just set up perfect for her, where she
Yeah,
doesn't have to go
that's-
out there and she can just sit back and then make her one run.
Listen,
That's-
you said this horse can handle 2 turns. I
Easy.
don't know if any other horse can. So, yeah, I'm just saying, I would circle this horse to be like, I just think everybody else is going to see the same angles I did, and this horse is going to go off 2-1.
Oh, it is. I mean, especially there at Delaware, where they always bet the snot out of the Jamie horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, AJ, can you say you single this horse so that we can get some odds, please?
I'm trying to get you odds, man.
No. If
Oh no,
bet on it.
you want me to single it? All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm hoping. Now, I've got a question for you, Troy. Just as
Yep.
we're going along,
Yeah.
do you have obviously this race in also have grade 1 winners as well. When you have a $50,000 race, that puts a little bit more spring in your step than we'll say just like an allowance race or something. Does it matter as an owner? Just you're looking at the dollars, or it's just a race is a race?
No, you want to put the horse in the right spot. Purse money, of course, is great, but you want to put your horse, excuse me, in the right spot to win. Conditions of the race. And Jamie, I would say, not again bringing him up. He's very good at that, finding the right spots, using that Mid-Atlantic. He moves around. He uses Delaware Parks. He puts them in the right spots.
Right.
But
Yeah,
purse
Pimlico.
money, yeah, I always like running for the bigger purses. Of course.
Right. Cool.
And the purses back here on the Mid-Atlantic are usually pretty good. Wherever you
Yeah, they're
usually
not
have.
bad. Yeah, they're
And then when you
they're
have
not bad at all.
No, and you have a partner, and that usually helps as well. So you can kind of
It helps with everything.
helps everything. You can have more, etc. You can claim at a higher level, all that kind of stuff. So
Cool.
So, Troy,
Well,
you just said you like to run for higher purses. Let me write that down real quick.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Surprise.
Who do you have here, Troy?
and
Besides
so
the-
in this race, I'm sorry. Okay, so in this race right here, I have the 3 in the stakes race. Let me get back on it. I already went down to the 8th. Sorry, guys. I have the 3 Joy Runner, and I have my horse cashing big checks. That's it. Those are my 2. I think the Joy Runner, she's undefeated. It's by Gun Runner. I'll give the horse respect. Beat me. She yet been beat, so I'll give the horse the respect. But again, it's Indiana. I'm not talking bad. Horse is going
Understood.
2 turns. It has Gun Runner. It has the pedigree, so I'm gonna guess. And again, Laura Waller, she's not an idiot. Dennis brought up something. The horse was a vet, so I don't know. 51 days off. Hope the horse has a problem. Hope it has a problem tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
And then me, I know Jamie's been begging for it. Been wanting the 2 turns for this horse. He tells me that's when this
Awesome.
horse will excel. And pedigree shows it as well. Like I said last time, we were in a little too tough, too much speed in there in the stakes over at Delaware last time. And then this time we should, set a better trip. I think there'll be a lot of speed in this race. And if she can just set 3rd or 4th, turning for home.
And then
she
come
don't
off
like
the pace. Yeah.
Yep. And she don't like horses passing her, and she loves to run out of target. So, and we've seen that in the Blue Hen Stakes. She pinned her ears down when she
Yep.
got ice, and she won. Jamie Rodriguez rode her great that day, and
He
it
did.
was a great ride. So,
Yeah, as it says on Brisnet, speed dug in prevailed, and that's
Yep.
I think that could happen again. That could
Yep.
happen again tomorrow. Cool.
Yep.
Well, it's good luck. I hope for everybody that you get in there. That'd be great. That'd be great. So this
Real
is
quick. Let me pencil in cashing big checks on mine too. If you tell me Jamie Rodriguez wants longer with this horse and has been begging for it, all right.
Jamie Ness.
Jamie
I'll
Ness,
tell
Jamie
trainer,
Ness.
my trainer.
Yeah. So Ness. So that leads us to, which is always my favorite race, this maiden race 8, which I was ready to stab my eyeballs out looking at this freaking race. It's the tallest midget in the circus race, where I think we have one horse that went 24 times.
Dude, you can't say midget.
Still
What's
hasn't gotten
wrong
his
with
picture
you?
taken. This is this
What are they supposed to say?
me.
Little person. You can't say midget.
It's the same thing.
See, this is what I mean.
That's fine. We'll get canceled.
Douchebags.
We'll get canceled. That's fine. I'll go out.
Don't care. No one watches anyway. It's fine.
No, that's fine. I mean, good, fair enough. Boom.
I was kidding.
Don't send that.
Everybody all the time.
So with that said, I know AJ. I know you love this race as well.
Yep.
Who do you have here?
Big
Yeah.
fan. This race is my Monmouth sucks. They don't use whips. Let's take both of those guys. I went high on the 6 and the 7. I like Laredo. Comes back to a sprint after stretching out for the first time. It's really got the top numbers in the field, and even those numbers are pretty bad. It's the first outside of Monmouth. It's never been asked before in 13 starts, obviously, because they don't use the crop. And then you've got the X factor.
Yep. Your
Carol.
girlfriend?
Carol. I mean, she brought me home the pick 5.
Wait, now who's on this horse? Laredo. You're talking Laredo?
Yeah.
Cedeno.
Carlos Hernandez I have on the Thorough. Is it a jock change? Because it shows on the Thorough Carlos Hernandez.
Yeah, I got Cedeno on mine too, which I'm sure AJ is looking at the same one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then mine's an error. Thank you. I'm correcting this over here. Mine says Carlos Hernandez. Laredo.
Yeah, I've got Cedeno.
Okay.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. Something to keep an eye on tomorrow, because that was my big go-to. Because obviously, Carol.
I feel like we should bet
I
the
don't
one
even have her in the race. Yeah, she's not even in the race for mine.
Oh wow, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting. No, both Brisnet and Equibase has Carol on there.
Okay.
And what the two clowns have is Carol.
Okay. Well, it's Carol. Look right. Just here, let me see if I can do a little flip around here.
Well, that's what I said, guys. I think that's why this is.
Look at that.
This is
See
totally
that right
going
there?
towards the one.
See that? It
oh,
says Carlos Hernandez.
I don't not believe you. Yeah,
That's crazy. No, I know it's just crazy.
well,
Well,
that's
she's like $80 a card. They're probably right.
that's a good. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm getting my shit for free.
Yeah.
$80
$80 a card. Time form's $80 a month.
No.
Yeah.
This guy owns horses, and he's he should know. Who else do you have there, AJ?
Well, anyway, like I said, Carol brought me home the pick 5 2 weeks ago, so I got to ride her in the last leg.
About that.
Can't not do it. I'm sorry. How many pick 5s have you hit on the show? All right, sounds good. Then I went with the 7 D Tachyon, who screwed around at Monmouth recently, and that's kind of what you do with no whip. Ran much better when this horse was at Tampa, obviously with the whip. It's the only 3-year-old in the race. I can't bet a 6-year-old who's ran 29 times and never won. Can't bet a 5-year-old who's ran 24 times and never won. So I just went with the 2 who really haven't been here before.
Well, as Keith said, yeah, that horse that we were mocking in the last leg won 0 for 25 and came in and beat Little Burrito.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, this race is much
So
Much
fair enough. Maybe
ve-
I'll throw in the 2.
very similar. But that was the first thing I thought of when I was looking at this race was that what Keith brought up. But yeah, Purswell, I think it's just 2-1 because the odds maker feels bad for all connections involved. Like, I'm going to make it the favorite. He's run 24 times. Maybe he'll hit the board, but I do not have that too. I do like the 6. I don't want to go on and on about how much I like the 6. The other horse that I had that you did not have, AJ, is the 3. Drink more bourbon. That's not just because that was my life motto for a couple of years.
That's a name pick. That had nothing to do with the PPs.
I do like the blinkers off, and I lost a tough last race, and I like him going in here. So I've got the 6 and the 3. Those are my 2.
I got the same as you, Tom. I got 3 and 6, and then I do put the 2 in there. I didn't like the way it ran last time either, but I mean, it's pretty consistent. I mean, it's running again on my numbers here, 15s, and it's better than anything in this race. I don't mean to sound like that, but
no, it's
and the
it
only
is,
one that competes in it is the 6, and that's 2 outs ago when it ran for
Yep.
20 Monmouth.
Yep.
So it's running 15s and 16s there. So, and there ain't much. Yeah. So that would be it. I don't want to talk bad, but that's it. I don't even think they should allow to bet this race.
Well, I was just about to say, guys, everybody here is being like, this horse doesn't want to win. This horse doesn't. What horse here wants to win?
None.
Like, somebody
It's all
has
this.
to win, correct?
It's all the same oats. It's all the same oat bag after.
It's
race.
going to be whoever wins. It's going to be by mistake, right? I do have to say the one thing I have to say about this race, because I agree, I would just bet whatever here. I don't like the when I read reluctant to load last race, inside speed and weakened, and you're 0 for 29. This horse doesn't want to run anymore. I mean, Troy, don't you think you owned a horse and you see that line, like reluctant to load? He's had enough.
He's done. Yeah.
Just put me out on the farm.
Yeah, I mean,
put me in some little girl's stable and let her ride me.
Yeah.
I could. Looking at this, I'm like, I couldn't bet anything. No. Besides, whoever wins is going to be a mistake. They're going to be like, oh shit, did I just do that?
The trainer's going to be walking out of the park, walking off the track, and be like, oh wait, no, we need you.
He's going to freak out when he sees a camera flash. It's going to be bad.
Ah, cool. And then so you had the 2, 3, and 6 here. Okay, I've got your picks down.
And I don't even want to put the 2, but to keep my tickets $60, I did.
That's
and if
not
I
bad.
did put the 2, I'd put the 1. If I didn't put the 2. So you know what? How about this? Take the 2 out. I'm gonna put the 1 in. 1, 3, 6.
30th time's the charm.
There you go.
Hey, thanks for going on my angle there. You're throwing it in.
Yeah, that's the Randy angle.
It's gonna happen.
Somebody he is the tallest small person of the circus. We all learned something today.
Yeah.
I learned I can't say little, and AJ learned how to cap a race. So I think we're building blocks on off the rails here.
I was and I can't begin to tell you how close to throwing in the 4, strictly because it's ran only 3 races, so I know maybe it potentially doesn't suck.
Listen,
you know what? That's as good as anything, man.
That 4 is about as reliable as Troy's cell phone being charged.
Yeah, you already see me. How many times have I done that?
You don't know that. Every other horse in here has ran double-digit times. This one's only on its 4th start. Maybe it finally figures it out.
I thought the same thing. I was like, well, why not give it to this guy? Because but he got beat by the other one. He looks terrible. Like terrible.
Yeah, he looks terrible, but maybe he just says, oh, I don't want to run. Maybe he figures it out.
Let's see what Brisnet says. Poor jockey win. Poor speed figures. Poor trainer percentage. Never closed in 3 starts. Always far back in last race.
Okay, there you go, AJ. Dennis Trusty is throwing it out there, AJ. If you think the one will beat he'll take the one beating the
No,
four.
why on God's green earth would I think that the 4 is going to be anywhere near the front of this? I'm just saying, if I can get the longest shot on the board, who has only ran 3 times and everyone else has already run 13, 15, 29 times and never won, shit, he's got a good shot as any.
I looked at that angle hardcore, but then I looked at his races and I was like,
they're so bad.
I think we might be able to successfully say that we've talked about this race 8 longer than the guys at TVG are going to tomorrow.
we didn't talk about it as long as it's going to be run because we need to be another 5 minutes probably. So
I'm sure. So when the 4 comes lipping across, when the lights are going on, and everybody's.
What are you guys guessing the time's going to be for the winner here?
That could be it.
10. How far is this?
107. What's 5?
107.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, at 6.5.
AJ,
I'm gonna go
under. Lane weighs 6 furlongs, or the horse that wins at 5.5.
Lane weighs 6 furlongs. Oh, will it be under or over? It'll be over. Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
It'll be over. Lane weighs 106.
Probably, yeah. My guess was like 106.5.
Yeah, that's probably where it's going to be. Not.
We'll put that as a maybe we can put that find a odds maker and bet that. So let's see what we can get. See what we can get
talked about it on our show last night
on the streets of Wilmington.
We need more bets like that. We need more prop bets at tracks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every other sport has it. That's so smart. I mean, you could do it for every single race. Yeah.
You guys are trendsetters. You guys have had legalized sports betting. People don't realize, Tom, like you might know this. It's been legalized in Delaware for like 30 years. Like it's not that new.
No.
They just didn't do it. But it was
it's in the casino. It just came in the casino, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years ago. But you could go to like a 7-Eleven or something, or like a liquor store and fill out a parlay sheet.
Yeah, you could bet it.
Oh, really?
Legally.
Oh wow! I know you can do that. Where? In Delaware?
Delaware. Yeah.
Is 7-Eleven the original bookmaker?
You can go to you can get like a 6-pack and do a parlay card. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I gotta get some eggs and milk. Oh, and let me get my gambling fix in while I'm at it.
It's the worst, man.
It's Delaware.
I spent so much money like going to you go to buy something and you're like, oh, college football card. Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Feeds into your addiction. You know, it's you get it all in one stop. Let me get some cigarettes. Let me get some vodka. Let me do work.
There's a hooker right outside. Perfect.
Yeah. It's great.
Crazy.
It's great. Ah, man. Wow. We had the
what? There's a strip club right next to the 7-Eleven.
You could do
AJ's
cards in the strip club.
Still talking about the 7-Eleven. Yes.
7-Eleven, the original bookmaker, it sounds like.
Oh God. Well, we had hopefully we one of us will hit this. I'm sure Troy will.
It won't be me or Tom.
Okay. Well, this is the
me and you were out in the first or second leg.
This may be Dennis's funniest yet. I didn't know Delaware was such a partying town.
No,
I'm not sure how far you got in school, Dennis, but we may be small, but we're a state. We're not just a town. So I don't even know on that one. I love you, man. I love you, Dennis. We're gonna get you on off the rail. You'll fit right in one of these days.
There's towns bigger than Delaware.
Oh, that's what I said. So. Yeah. Los Angeles is bigger than. But anyway, I digress. We all digress. We're going down a bad path here.
Can't be worse than our other shows.
No, well, I know this is your least favorite show that you're on. You're on 4 or 5.
By
this is your least
like
favorite.
A lot.
I do want to say, everybody out there to watch this show, thank you for watching. Absolutely. And hey, you guys are doing a good job. I try to watch you guys out there. You guys are doing good. You have a little bit of a decent dynamic.
Not true at all.
You know, maybe one day you can step up to the big shows. Maybe. We'll see.
Randy typically calls me on Tuesday nights after the show and is like, "Hey, how'd it go? I didn't see it."
Yeah.
I do the same. I watched some of it. I put it on.
You know, Sarah wanted me to be on last week, but I actually had to work. So, like some people during the day, sorry.
It's on Randy's computer the whole time, but it's on mute, so who knows what
Well, as soon as you start talking.
Yep, done. Out.
That's there is that. Before we wrap up, and this is for anybody like Dennis or any aspiring horse owners out there. How did you know, in a small version, in a Reader's Digest version, as they say, how did you get into this, Troy? I mean, were you always were you a capper, and then you're like, oh shit,
Father's been horses for years in the family.
Cool.
Dad was actually quarter horses.
Really? Okay.
Yep. And his quarter horses went into the love of thoroughbreds. And then when I got a little bit older and etc., saved a little money, I was able to, claim a couple and blah, blah, blah.
Troy, were you out west with the quarters?
Yeah, my dad was at Los Alamitos.
Oh, so your dad
must
be friends or no?
Yep.
Bob Baffert.
No, Blaine. Well, no, he knows of him, but Blaine Schwanevelt was my dad's horse trainer back in the day, and also John Cooper. Those two trainers over at Los Alamitos, over there in Cyprus. And then after that, he started, had a little success there, and then he started doing thoroughbreds. Used basically Greg Gilchrist back in the day. Remember Greg Gilchrist?
Sure, yeah,
over at Golden Gate Fields. Jerry Hollendorfer, you know him.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then who else did he use? He had one other trainer, but those were his two that he mainly used. And he was a smaller claiming guy. Nothing big, 2-3 horses. I just kind of picked it up from them and then came over here. I wanted nothing against California, just purses are better on the Mid-Atlantic. It's a casino-driven racetrack over there, the whole circuit. And did some research and just wanted a high percentage trainer. Found Jamie Ness.
You got one.
I'm surprised he took me on as a client. I'm a smaller guy, smaller owner. The guy didn't have to. Guy's been great for 2.5 years. Couldn't have a better partner. Friend now. Consider him a friend. The guy's great. So
that's awesome. He's a cool dude. He's going to get the Delaware Trainers title for something like the 8th year in a row, and he's leading parks. He knows his allowance. He allowance races, claiming races. He's got that niche.
Yeah, he just puts them in the right spots. That's the key thing with Jamie is he's very aggressive. He knows book. He ain't afraid to lose a horse because he'll gain a horse right back. So it's the name of the claim game. When you're a claiming trainer, that's what you do.
Absolutely.
You're going to get caught on certain days when you drop. You're going to get caught. You just take that money and you reinvest it. And hopefully, do it all over again. Find horses with the conditions and run them through those conditions.
Dude, Los Al pumped out those quarter horse guys. They pumped out like everybody.
They did. It's bad.
Yeah.
My dad got out. That's why he went over to thoroughbreds. It just was bad over there.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like everybody jumped ship, like
quick.
Yeah.
Fast. And I always hate talking bad, you know what I mean? But it got bad over there. That's all I'll say is it got bad. From the stories that I was told and what I seen with the racing as a whole over there. So
sure.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, I know it. I'm in the middle of it.
So. But and then like in California, not the better. It has the bad thing with the horses breaking down, this and that. And I get it. I see it. It's out there. And then the thing with that, the trainers out in California, they're charging $110 a day.
Oh yeah.
$130 a day.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
That's highway robbery.
Yeah. Wow.
How are you ever going to make money?
Yeah. Highway robbery.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's without
there's nowhere left for the owner to make any money unless you have a stakes horse. There's nowhere. The trainer basically bill at 100. Just say it's 100 a day, 3,000 a month. Now you got your vet, you got shoeing,
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, when you have a horse that gets a knee injured in a chipper
Oh,
knee,
you're
and
done.
and the treatment afterwards.
Yep.
Afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Get
Yep.
it back to the races. That's what a lot of people don't understand as well. And sometimes after, they hurt themselves, injure themselves, you want to do right by the horse. That's what I do, like with the horse Deal Driven I have. I don't know if you guys know that horse, Tom. I think you do.
I do.
He was good to us. I mean, we claimed him for 12.5. Ended up making won a bunch of races with him over 2.5 years. Did really well with him. Won a couple stakes races, and he ended up getting a chip in his ankle. So we took his chip out. He'll never run again. But I'm not going to put that horse down. I'm not. No. He did right by me. You give him the surgery. You give him life after the horse. You stay right by the horse. That's what you do. You don't just. You can't do that.
Wish there were more like you.
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, this industry needs that. That's the thing with this industry. Compassion. If you don't have compassion, you shouldn't be in this industry.
Yeah, there's more than we think. We only hear about the bad ones.
You do.
Yeah.
100%.
But there's a lot of guys like Troy out there, guys and gals,
Yeah.
who are like Troy. That
There's only one Troy, Tom.
No.
There's only one Troy. Settle down.
we go through this again. Okay.
And I'm not trying to sound like that either. Like I do I make wrong moves. I'm human as well, but that's what you have to do. I mean, you have to be good to these horses. They're good to you. So that's all. You want to find them life after racing when you can.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of aftercare programs and.
Yep. 100%.
Which is, they put the horse. We get so much joy out of these horses, and sometimes they put money in our pockets, and then after they're gone, a lot of people don't give a damn about.
Yeah,
so
probably my favorite thing. My favorite thing working with my racehorse is actually that, because they have so many owners that they'll never go without somebody that needs a horse, wants a horse. I mean, they usually go to the aftercare programs because Spendthrift has them all, but there'd be never a horse that somebody wouldn't take. You know what I mean? And have a great home.
That's a good point, especially with my racehorse. That if one of the young fillies goes down or something, somebody would jump at the chance.
Just to have
So
we haven't had to go there yet because we have all the aftercare programs, but they send pictures of their farms. They're like, my daughter can make this horse a jumper, professional farms. That's really cool. That's the good part. More people that know about it, the more, like, we're not shipping them off to Japan anymore, or whatever the fuck.
No. Thank God.
And that gentleman
Christ.
on John saying, as John's right, is the first priority are the horses and the safety of the jockey as well. So
yeah, there's a lot of good people, and Randy and Troy especially know that you get the trainers, but they have all the assistant trainer, the groom, the hot walker, all those guys you don't see the names in the programs that do a whole lot more than anybody does. It's an awesome sport. I know, but anyway,
they have like a town. They have a town like in those things, like, and I know,
a little colony back there on the backside.
Yeah, it's like Delaware. It's a town back there, and that's it's like a community.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean,
and they'll give them they'll celebrate Christmas back there, birthdays, anniversaries, because they wake up at the crack ass of dawn. It's amazing. You're right, Cindy. Yeah,
we're still trying to get AJ in as a hot walker. I've had job offers already. He hasn't come out here for it yet.
No, he hadn't told me about him, so why would I?
I did too tell you about him.
Nah, I don't think so.
He's told me about them for you.
Yeah, Mark Glatt offered.
Well, he's telling the wrong person then.
Mark Glatt needs a hot walker.
He gets us confused, but one of those guys that does the off the rails show got offered. I don't know which one.
He probably doesn't. Not sure which one of us is which.
That's true. He watched the show though, and afterwards he withdrew his offer. So
sounds about right.
Well, any other big races coming up for you, Troy? I know Maryland Millions is coming up. You doing anything there next weekend?
Nothing there. No, I have a stakes race over at Gulfstream Park. We'll be running. We look up the nominations for hell, I forget what it is, but it's on Equibase. It's the nominations at Gulfstream for the I think it's 7 furlongs or going a mile horses. See My Meister by Bodie Meister out of the Scat Dad.
Yep.
We ran in third over at Colonial on the grass. It'll be running on the Tapeta because right now Gulfstream's not running on the turf. I don't want to be too ahead of myself, but nominations look okay. We look like we have a shot. So we'll see who enters, and hopefully we got a light field, but I like our shot from what I can see. And that's on the weekend of the 23rd. I just forget.
So that's next week.
Right. Yeah, I forget the name of the stakes, but it's for
is that Kelsey?
That's Kelsey Danner. Yep, she's done a great job with the horse. Yep.
Yeah, she is one of those trainers. She has a couple at Delaware. But I know she's all over the place. I think Churchill, Gulfstream. Well, good luck with that. Cindy wants to know if you have ever do anything up at Woodbine.
No, it's there. It's something about the taxes too, and I won't. Because it's something about GTA, the taxes, or something like.
Oh yeah, the government, GSD or something, yeah.
Yeah, some weird tax over there. Sorry, GTA is a G something tax where they kill you in taxes unless you're So no, purses are very, very good, but no, do not run there.
But as Delaware's winding down, Sydney, we AJ and I will probably be doing a Woodbine card sometime in November. Just to let you know if you're, why not? GST, there you go. Government sales tax, I'm guessing.
That's what it is. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Yeah, it's really high over there. They kill us. They kill you. They want to take like over 50% of it.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
gotta afford the free health care. I guess I don't know.
It's bad. So
wow.
It's almost as bad as New York. I would hate to say that, but when you claim over there, they want 1.5% extra of claim money. Just because you're claiming in New York. For what? To claim a horse in New York, you want an extra 1.5% of the claim?
No, thank you.
I'm gonna get hit bad with something like that now, but you watch. People are not gonna like that. But
listen, I lived in New York City for a long time, and we're the only place that has a tax for living in the city. You have a New York City tax out of your check.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never seen nothing like that. That's why we don't claim at New York either, because they've got certain claiming rules and all that. They want, like, if it's $20,000, and not that it's a lot, but add an extra 1.5% onto that just because you claim at New York. Why do that, though? It's only a couple $100, but why give them the money? It's almost at purpose now. I mean, it's petty, but I don't know.
Not at all. These are the kinds of things that the average handicapper doesn't know. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, because on here, because it's good stuff to know. Like, okay, well, I'm never going to see Troy running, doing anything up at Aqueduct, claiming a horse, New York bred or anything, and this is why.
We'll run in New York, but we won't claim there. We'll run there.
Like claim, right? Won't claim,
yeah.
Right?
We can't claim there, and that's the other thing. You can't claim in New York until you lose one. So and then after you lose one, you only got a 60-day time frame to claim the horse. So let's say this. So let's say I want to claim a horse right now at this upcoming Belmont meet. Can't do it. Can't do it. I haven't lost one.
Wow.
Yep. You have to lose one to claim one.
Good to know.
Well, you know what? Look at that as a handicapping angle. A lot of when you see these maiden races, claiming races, you've probably seen people ship to places because they, you got to be like, oh, if they're moving from here, they want to dump the horse.
Yep.
Probably, right? There must be.
It's crazy. And then when because I got my one horse Baby Boss claimed at Belmont with Jamie. We claimed it for 25, lost it for 40. It ran second. and then we had a 60-day claim window. And if we didn't find anything in 60 days, we couldn't claim back there, even though we had one took.
Now, wait, if you claim a horse in that 60 days,
we're good. We only get to claim one, though.
And you only get one claim, but now 60 days. Now, can you go back to Belmont whenever you want to claim?
No,
or
I
is it
cannot.
like another 60 days after you lose another one?
That's correct.
Oh, wow.
So, Troy, quick question. Like, do you just do claims? Do you don't go? Do you go to the sales? Do you pin hook?
That's what I love is the sales.
Do you pin hook?
I don't pin hook. No, I like to buy at a race, but I understand pin hook, and you can buy it to pin hook, and then if you don't get what you want in your reserve, you can go ahead and race then. But I have a couple guys who I've been working with who've been very good. Joseph Graffio and his guy Charlie Weston have been the ones who picked Cone Lima, Love in Her Eyes, all these babies, and they stay in the ranges, a certain range. We 20 to 25 grand. We stay in that range. We partner them up, and we've hit home runs. I mean, we've done pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun. And for everybody out there, pin hooking is buying a yearling and selling it like a 2-year-old sale.
That's what's going on right now at OBS, for instance. The yearling said it's yearling season right now. So the Keeneland just went on. It was Fassick tipped in. It's OBS. And then after this, after they just sold 3,900 yearlings at Keeneland, they're going back to Keeneland to sell another 3,800 next week. So just think about like 7,600 horses this month will be sold in Keeneland. Yearlings.
Wow.
And that's crazy. Will be up for sale as 2-year-olds.
Exactly.
We got a couple more questions for you, Troy. If you have a couple more minutes.
Real quick, I want to the Woodbine thing when you're talking about like the tax and stuff up there.
Yes.
What are taxes?
That I think she said they're 7%, but that's for if you're a citizen.
No, like what is that?
That I don't know. So I have an owner who's ran there before, and he said when he won basically a race, like their purses are 100 grand. He cleared like 48,000. He got like $21,000 of the 48. And I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
Because he's not a citizen of Canada. And I don't know. He says they kill him in the taxes. And that lady, the GST.
They have to do like a WBEN for us.
It's weird.
Or something, and we have to do something for them. It's like the import-export thing. Like you're taking money from their country.
Gotcha.
So they tax the shit out of it.
So it's not even worth running there unless you, I hate to say, unless you establish residency there, or you want to run under somebody's name, and you can't do that. So unless you establish a corporation and your corporation's in Canada and you want to start like, let's say, TJN LLC and that business is in Canada, I don't think I would pay the tax. That's kind of working the system, but I don't know if you can.
Well, hey,
I'm sure people do it.
Everybody starts businesses, and that is the state of Delaware.
Yeah. I was going to say, man, thanks, Randy. Thanks for coming on. Blasting my state.
In Delaware.
That's right.
No, I like Delaware.
Hey, taxes. Who needs taxes?
I don't even know what they are.
Yeah, but to answer Greg's question, yes, certain like Pennsylvania, for instance, they do PTHA. They have after-pair program, Turning for Home. They take $30 per start every time we start a horse. Over at no, Razor. Jamie Ness says I'm a Niner fan, and I ain't got nothing to talk about this year. We're horrible. I should go be their fucking quarterback. Both of them suck in my eyes. And they're both horrible.
Yeah, the 49ers.
Oh God. We're in trouble. I'll tell you that.
Well, don't judge Trey just yet.
Oh God, he needs to go. I hate to say it. I am a big Niner fan. Those guys are both so fucking scared in the pocket. It's ridiculous. He is hard to go. He is hard to contain, Trey, right? He throws the ball too fucking hard. These guys can't catch it. He runs the same 20 to 30 fucking plays.
You know who else threw the ball really hard and no one could catch early on in his career?
Who's that?
Brett Favre.
That's true. Oh, shit.
I knew he was going there.
There it is. That's true. I agree. So and a couple of my guys tell me I'm too hard on Trey. Too hard on him.
Brett Favre threw the ball quicker than he snapped a dick pic for somebody.
Yeah.
You remember that?
And he could do that.
I
Fast.
love his. I do really love his Wrangler jeans commercial when he's tossing the ball with all the boys in the tight jeans. That's one of my favorites. But Cindy is she's trying to get you up there. I think she wants you up there. She said that you can apply for the GST and get it back, but it takes.
Okay,
it takes
Cindy, I was never told that, Cindy. See, my owner didn't know that. Maybe. I don't know what that is about, Cindy. So, Cindy, do you have horses at Woodbine, I take it, since you know?
I feel like she does.
Yeah, she
That's
did
the
say.
question I have for Cindy.
Yeah, I think she did.
And then who does
And
Cindy
to
use
answer
for a
Toastman's
track?
question, yeah,
Who's
she put
Cindy's trainer?
something up here. I guess. Let's see. We started at Estovia, and now we run at Wood. So I'm guessing, I guess I've seen Cindy and Razor's show a couple times in the chat, but I don't know much. I don't know. I guess she is an owner.
Okay.
That's cool.
I know she
But
played.
yeah, hey, we made. How'd you figure that one out, big guy?
I just feeling I got.
Wait, that's not her
Intuition.
last name?
We have them at Woodbine. Oh, ASDN Hastings. Cool. Well,
You have a Toastman Philly question, Tom. Parks Field so big now. That's interesting.
well, today was the Hall of Fame day, so it was the stakes races. I know. Yeah, I loved. It was a hell of a card today. It was a hell of a card today, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good. Troy, do you know? I haven't played
purses are-
as much as I have recently. Purse has got to be bigger.
They're starting to increase again over there, which is good. They went down for a while because of the slots and what the governor was doing over there, and he's trying to steal the slot money and take it back from Parks, the bill that he arranged and signed. And where did the Parks Field so? And I guess the money's been protected. I think you guys have all read that or seen that through either social media or online, or I don't know if you guys have, but the who's the governor again? The guy's name over there.
Wolf.
What's his
The
name?
Wolfman.
That
John Wolf
guy.
or Tom Wolf.
Tom
Yeah.
Wolf. Yes, that
Tom Wolf.
gentleman.
Some
he
would
tries
say.
to take. He tried to sign a fund to protect the horses and the fund over there, and now he's trying to rob that same fund. And if he
No
robs that
kidding.
fund,
Classic.
oh yeah, he's a fucking scumbag.
No way. Around Philadelphia? Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, the guy's no fucking good, man. I mean, it's. I don't get it. And everyone was pissed at him. I mean, everyone he got a bunch of shit at him. They protested him. Yeah, if you haven't read it, go check it out. It's all on the social media. It's everywhere. He's no good. He's POS.
And what's the bill? What I found it under?
It's Tom Wolf. Just put Tom Wolf and then horse fund. Just you research that right there. It's what he's trying to steal.
Right. You know me when I get something, I'll be putting that shit out on Twitter for the copy it all you guys.
Do they want to trade? I'll trade Newsom for him right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's politics, baby.
Oh yeah.
I'll take a trade. I'll take a trade with the player.
I'll give you Carney, or I don't even know who the hell my governor is.
I'll throw Pelosi in there as well. Let's go. We'll get it. Let's go.
Parksfield's so big now. Yeah, just because it filled some the slot plays coming back over there, so they're increasing the purses again. Like Tom said, it was stakes day today, so they'll usually increase it a little bit. They'll throw a couple extra bucks, and of course, everyone wants to run on stakes days, big days like this. And not that it was too big of a day, but they had I think the Belarzi stakes today or the Belarasi stakes.
Yeah, there's $100,000 which Paco won.
Yep.
Sweezy had a horse at Fat Man. I thought Fat Man was going to run away with it. Didn't even finish on the board.
No, Jamie ran second with Galero. He claimed that.
I saw he finished second. I did not. And then
Troy,
Someday Jones, I
your
think,
favorite-
finished third.
What's your favorite? Like when you have a horse running,
Yeah.
what's the track that you really get like geeked up for?
Parks.
To be running? Parks, really?
Yeah. Purses are good. It's a speed track. Usually if you're on the front end, you're gone. You got speed, you can carry that speed over there. If you watch, not a lot of horses come from off the pace at parks, maybe once in a while. But Jamie has a lot of his success there. The purses are better there. I like running in New York, of course. Purses are always big there. Don't get to run there too much, but at parks, people are always very nice, supportive there. So, and it's
People at
consistent.
Delaware are assholes.
And the people, no, the people at Delaware are good. The purses are good. They're just not as good as parks. But Delaware has a good Delaware certified program. And
yeah,
so
you were telling me about that just yesterday. This is
So
something
if
that
you
the average
have-
person might not know.
Yeah, so basically Delaware certified, if you have a yearling and you put it on a Delaware farm for 60 days before they turn 2 years old. So basically the process, I believe, has to start either November 1st or December 1st. They sit there for 2 months and then they're Delaware certified. So when you run them in Delaware, you get a 50% purse bonus applied. So, like for instance, when the purse like maiden special weight's 40,000, you're actually getting a bonus of an extra 20. You get 25 extra added in your purse.
That's
and 25 extra added on a check that comes in a certifier account, and that is paid at the end of the month. But you have to pay. It's only $100 to certify the horse.
Huh. That's cool. Well,
that is a nice incentive. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, his phone died again.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if it died. It sounded like he's losing service because he was cutting the audio got really bad. Right.
I don't know. He does live in California, and I don't know. Was his phone gas powered? We can't have gas powered lawnmowers in California anymore.
Yeah.
But
he's in Vacaville. I had to ask him. I spent time in Vacaville, which is really odd because it's not a big town.
Huh.
But Vacaville means cow town in Spanish, by the way.
Is it real?
Yeah,
Wow.
Vacaville.
You've
real
also
quick,
tried
right?
to tell me so many different things, like in Latin and Spanish,
Well,
before
yeah, I make
on
shit
our
up a lot,
show.
but that's really true. That's actually true.
I find that very hard to believe.
Well,
I hear speak Spanish. Vacaville. Look up Vaca. It means cow, and Ville is a fucking town.
Randy, you are overestimating our audience. I think that I think that Dennis doesn't even know that Delaware is a state. So you're asking if they're bilingual? Come on. Toastman Philly, I've handicapped at the track. He's makes Dennis. He's a smart guy. Mike is, aka Toastman Philly.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, shout out to Turkey, who we have a bunch of fans at. Apparently, Triple Clowns, big in Turkey. They want us to put up our things, just the numbers, because they can't understand us, but they like.
Yeah, he came in. Turkey guy came. The gentleman from Turkey came in to Off the Rail last week. Real quick, I know Philip asked us a couple times about race 7, and he I think he joined late. I like Mining Chrome as well, and so does AJ. I mean, you got to love the pedigree.
So get off of it.
I also like the 7 cashing big checks, which was Troy's horse. And I have the 3 Joy Runner with, so I have 3, 7, or 3, 6, 7.
I really like Troy's horse in that race.
Yep.
I really do.
Yeah, the whole 2 turns. I mean,
he's not on anymore. You don't have to.
No, I would. No, I'm really like I'm like really like I would look at that race and really he's got the Z pattern. Love that angle, and him saying that horse wants 2 turns, and no one else here might not be able to run 2 turns.
Yep.
And he's the class. He's the class.
I guess you're right. You're right.
You compare the 2 who ran like shit or things, the 2 that he's the class. I mean, he's a drop.
Looking at maybe the 6, but I mean the 6 wasn't running. I mean 6 only is from purely a pedigree standpoint, though.
Yeah.
But cool. Well. All right, Ray. What's your name, AJ? You want to recap your picks?
That's my name. I guess.
I know you probably forgot about them.
100%. Race
This-
5, I went with the 2, Run Fast. 5, A Pen Legacy. 6, Weight of Glory. Race 6, I went with the Thea's Theme, the 2, Miss Tap Dance and Ness Rod Horse, and the 4, Frosted Angel. In race 7, I took 3 horses who have all ran 2 turns before, 3, 6, 8. And race 8, I went with the 6, 7, Laredo and D Tachyon.
All right. Well, we agreed on the race 5. I had 2, 5, and 6. Race 6, I had 1, 2, and 6. And we'll put this up on the website so everybody can copy off of Troy's picks. Race 7, I have 3, 6, and 7. And race 8, we're 2, 3. I have 2, 3, and 6. And yeah,
Randy had a pick 3 in there though.
Well, I said all in the last race. I don't count.
No.
I'll go all Troy's horse all. How about that for the pick 3?
I had a quick
Solid.
handicapping question for both pretty good cappers. No, just what are your thoughts?
What?
If you know, we're just sitting here shooting the shit, talking about racing and betting and stuff.
Sure.
What if you see a good show pool? Do you ever hit it if like a horse is
Like a bridge jumper?
yeah, like
Cool, like a bridge jumper.
like you have even money on a horse. When a horse is going to win, but you see a lot of money in that show pool. That okay, hey, do you ever just bet every horse except for the favorite for the show and just hope for a win?
Only if there's a bridge jumper. And when I say bridge jumper, that's somebody puts like $1 million in a show pool on a horse. Because
Well,
then you
right,
put
that's what I mean. You
$2
look at
across the board.
you would look at you're not doing it on a Monday at Parks. But
No, it would have to be a bridge jumper. It'd have to be a crazy amount. And then when I say that, like a bridge jumper, somebody puts $1 million and they're going to get 10 cents on their dollar, and they put in because that happens. And if you see that and a horse runs off the board, I remember I want to say Arrogate did it, and there was a bridge jumper when Arrogate just walked out of the gate and didn't run. One of his last races, there was a bridge jumper, and then the show. So if you had anybody else to show, it paid like $80 on like a 3-to-1 shot to show. Yeah, so only if there's a bridge jumper. Other than that, it would either I would have to think of it a lock, and I had a ton of money where I was going to get 70 cents on my dollar and put 10 grand and be the easiest $700 I made or whatever.
You don't have 10 grand.
If I did, I said if I had 10 grand.
got to talk to
Jesus.
our guest. Yeah, see.
So no, I don't. I think show bets are for like when you first start and you want to stay involved. You can't be any money unless you have a ton of money or you see a bridge jumper.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No. I keep on hearing. I've heard that at the track now 2 times in the past couple times I've been out there, and I'm like, I've heard that's like an old school thing to do. I remember back in the day that it was a very, very big, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it or even do it.
Well, you look at Latruska, right? Say something like Latruska, where you know Latruska's not gonna, unless something happens, not hit the board, right? I mean, so if you have $1,000 and you get 20 cents on a dollar, right? So you're looking at, this is the easiest $200 you're ever gonna make. It's a $200 win, but you're gonna have to put up 1,000 to do it.
Exactly.
So there's people out there that do that. If you don't have that money.
Yeah, you're not betting. You're not betting $5 a horse or something.
To make 40 cents, or
Well, you're not gonna bet a team who's like minus 800 on the money line for like $10.
Yeah.
Same kind of principle.
Well, if you have a lot of money and you're one of those people, I mean, people will put 50 grand, 100 grand on a horse.
Yeah.
And they'll make 10 grand. They still made 10 grand.
That's not chump change.
I'm not going to risk 100 grand to make $10,000.
No.
If I had 40 million, I might. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, right.
But, yeah. So,
Even at that point, it's still kind of like, why?
yeah.
Yeah, Toastman has a buddy does it.
Yeah,
He
people
wins
do
pennies,
it, man.
yeah.
People do it. I will bet against that guy. If it cost me like $4 to bet 2 horses and like Latruska not hitting the board, that's worth it to me. Because I'll bet a
Just
$4
so
bet and make $100. Yeah, but that's a sucker bet too, because chances are that horse gonna hit the board.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
especially in this class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we wanted to thank Troy for jumping on next Wednesday. Not at this time because I doubt we will go an hour and a half next week. But we do have another special guest, and we'll be promoting that. Racing Rachel from Indiana Grand and TVG will be joining AJ and myself, and I know Randy only pops on there when there's special guests. So we'll see Randy. Probably with a tie on or something when Rachel's on.
Maybe I could put Sarah on instead because she's the favorite.
Good point. But yeah, so we have that next week, and we are off the turf for the rest of the year at Delaware Park. We're only running until the 30th, but yeah, a lot of fun stuff going on here at Off the Rail and DGen Nation. AJ, you had a hell of a lot of views on your show on Saturday, man. Good work.
Oh, yeah. We've been live streaming the 11 o'clock games for college football. We're actually going to move back now to the 3:30 games Eastern time. So we'll be on a little bit later this Saturday. But don't even know what game we're doing, but we are going to do one. We've got the Show Us Some TD show on Friday as well.
Nice. And of course, I know that the Clowns go with Chip on Horse Racing Nation, and they if you haven't watched the show that they just put out earlier today with Show, it's one of the better ones on the weekly roundup. And as always, I know that you guys usually do it on Fridays for card for the weekend. So
I think we're doing Thursday night this weekend. We'll be doing a live show, doing the Saturday picks for I think we're doing Keeneland. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Sense. Okay.
Yeah, and then we do our weekly show, and Chips next week, the 20th. We'll be with Horse Racing Nation doing division rankings. We'll do that live on Wednesday night, the 20th, and that'll be a good time too. So just go to DGen, subscribe. You'll get all this stuff, and I'm glad to be on Off the Rails, kind of. So.
That's how we feel too.
Kind of. It's a Cindy Interior question. It depends. It depends on how confident I am in what I'm playing. I mean, I don't have AJ kind of money or Randy kind of money. So,
so you have money.
Yeah. You say.
No, I'm not a big bettor. It's
smart though. Did you see what she does? That's a smart way to do it. That's a real handicapper.
Yeah.
You have a certain amount, certain races. You don't play them all.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
24 to 20 on pick 4s, pick 5s. And that's what she goes for. And 4 races.
You don't bet every race.
It's a card. It's a good play.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't bet every race. And that's, I mean, I've learned that as a average handicapper. You bet every race, you're going to go broke.
Yeah. How's that work out for everybody?
Not too good. I don't think anybody that we're on Twitter with owns a private island or anything like that. So
AJ will call me up and be like, "Did you see that race in Australia?" Like at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Betting Omni swingers in Australia. It's not good.
That's
it with like a hot dog eating contest.
Just getting live action all day long, bro.
That is, man. That's a skill. I couldn't do that. I could not do that, especially with the hot dog eating contest.
I nailed it 2 years ago. Nailed it.
Jesus Christ.
You did.
That's smart. Yeah. $100 a track, 20. Wow. Okay. For a pick 5. So that's very
pick
affordable.
4, pick 5s. Yeah. Yeah. Like you can stay, like that's a full day. You're always around. You're watching eight races probably.
And you're having a couple beers. So yeah, that's.
Yeah. Well, then you have a couple beers and then you're out in the first leg of the pick 5. Now you get a bet pick 4. So you're spending another $25, $24.
Yeah.
Pick 4. And then you're out in that in the first leg, and then you're spending another $25, $24 on the pick 3 because now you're trying to earn more money back. Then you're playing the daily double. Then you're just hoping for a superfecta.
But if you had $100, you have $100, and that's it. It's a good play.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just my days.
Yeah. No, it's smart. Everybody out there should do that. Put a budget, put it in your pocket, figure out how much you're going to spend each race, and go heavy on the ones you like and go light on the ones you don't. So I don't believe in going a set $20 each one because I think if you like something more, I'd rather do 30 and 10 than 20 and 20.
Well, each card is very specific too, because if you've got a sure single, obviously you're going to go deeper, and
exactly.
If you've got a long shot you really want to throw in there and everything, yeah.
But it's good to have that in your head as a handicapper.
I had a let it ride moment at Delaware this past weekend. I invested more time in Keelan, which I did terrible at, but I had the first 5 races at Delaware Park. I'm like, and I was betting stupid. I wasn't increasing my bet as much as I should have. It felt like Richard Dreyfuss in Let It Ride.
Sure.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, and Carroll had a bomber. I think it was in the 3rd or 4th race and won by a nose. I'm like, holy shit, this is great. Now I'm kicking myself. I'm like, I didn't have enough balls to double my bets, which I should have done.
Betting stupid is the name of my autobiography, by the way.
Actually, before we go, Toastman has a good one, and I'm going to tell him what Jonathan Kinchin said to us about this, which is a really crazy thing for me, because I thought I believe in hedging your bets. I mean, why wouldn't you? Jonathan Kinchin said to me, "Why would you ever hedge your bet? If you believe in it, go with it. Screw it." Jonathan Kinchin said that to us on our show.
Yep.
You remember that, AJ?
I did. I do.
Yeah, that was amazing to me because I thought to myself, a professional gambler is going to tell you hedge your bet. Why not? The problem with hedging bets in horse racing, though, is if you hedge them all, you're not going to make any money. So, say you hedge 3 horses that could beat you, then the 4th beats you, and you're out even more money.
Well, do you remember? We had this conversation actually on the phone when I was live to a pick 4, pick 5 at Aqueduct, maybe, and I had already hit the pick 3 for like a good chunk of money because I had like a 20-1 shot come in like the first leg, and then I was live to the pick 4, pick 5, and we both looked at the card while we were on the phone, and then we were both talking about this 2 where I was like, yes, I left this 2 off, and like, you're gonna hedge, and I'm like, nah, probably not. And then he's like, dude, just fucking, it's like 2 or 3 to 1. Just you already made this. Just put like $100 on it or something like that. So,
yeah, and you were gonna make 1,000, or you're already up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was 4 digits for sure. That when I was and what I ended up hitting, but you're like, well, at least make sure you get some money out of it.
I'm like, yeah, you're gonna win 1,200 or 1,100. If you're that worried, put the 100 on that one. But if you lose both bets, like John said, it's absolutely true.
Well, what I had the satisfaction of already having a good pick 3 for like $600.
Yeah, you were up. You were up. That's why I wouldn't have told you that if you weren't up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like John says, he can lose both, and sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't.
Cindy,
it all
the
depends.
luckiest person in the world, if that's true. You love maiden firsters. That is incredible. I want to know your angles because
that is
just take them all.
Yeah, is it just pedigree?
Yeah,
pedigree and workouts, I guess.
Certain trainers, percentages. I mean, there are certain trainers that firsters out and some that don't.
Yep.
But that's a hard race. Most people would stay away from that, Cindy. Most people will skip that race.
That's
more than 3 first-time starters. That's like a rule in handicapping a lot of times. More than 3 firsters, you skip the race.
Unless all of the ones who have run before have run multiple times and are terrible, then you just go with the one you don't know.
Well, and that's always at the tail end of a pick 4 or pick 5. Is that maiden first time, or you have 3 or 4 in the race, and then a couple old heads like we're seeing in race 8 here. But that is
that's crazy.
John said that. So Cindy's getting some love from everybody in the chat. So John says she's an amazing with maidens, and I know Toastman gave her some love too. So that is nice. Yeah, I've seen you over there at on Razor's show, and I very very knowledgeable horse person. So thanks for. I think she's graced. She's been in our comments a couple times, so I really appreciate Cindy and John and Philip and Toastman. The whole gang was here. Razor was here earlier, and Fat Wally, Mikey P, whole bunch of folks, which is great. We have having a good time. We learned some stuff tonight. Learned a lot of like little idiosyncrasies of owning a horse. Dennis Trusty, of course, we can't forget, and you Williams, my guy. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah, man, you guys did a good job for Randy at the Triple Clowns. Just remember, everybody out there, you're welcome.
Were you signing off for us, even though it's not your show?
I was gonna just leave.
Oh,
I was ready. I was gonna let you guys
stage
do
left.
Is that all right? Just ruined my.
Yeah,
whole
no.
life.
This is Randy. Thank you for having a guest. I feel like this is one of those very special episodes where you get a end credit. You know, the off the rails with your host AJ and Tom and a special guest, Randy Johnson.
did you notice he gave me first credit? I'm okay with that.
That's all you need to do, make him happy. Dad didn't give him
I know.
a beer.
He's not that hard to figure out. Yeah. So it took me 2 months, but I finally figured it out.
Right,
but
guys.
thanks everybody. It's been fun. Good luck, everybody. We'll put the picks up and let's make some fucking money, guys.